So you're a brand new console streamer, you're getting ready to buy a new cable, the chat link cable, but you don't know which one to buy. So in today's video, I'm showing you the brand new Elgato chat link cable, plus I'm gonna compare it to the old one to let you know if it's worth the $10 extra to buy or not, coming up right now. So right out of the box, this thing comes beautifully packed, and it has an instruction right there on the front of it to tell you how to hook it up to your PlayStation, your Xbox, or even your Nintendo Switch. So I'm not gonna show you how to do that in this video, but if you wanna see a video on how to do that, I show you with the original chat link cable. I'll leave a link in the description below showing you how to set everything up for streaming. All right guys, let's talk about the comparisons with this cable versus the older cable. Let's start with the price. The price on the newer cable is $20. And on the older cable, well, actually it varies. I found it, I was looking on Amazon, and I found one today just alone for $4.99. It was on sale for $9.99 and up to $15.99. So there is a little bit of a difference there. So let's talk about the other comparisons to see if it's just worth getting a $5 cable or not. So the very first thing I want to talk about, as soon as you pull this cable out of the box itself, is the nylon cable. This thing is built differently, okay? This thing is built for endurance, this thing is built for durability, and this thing is built for a gamer like myself. You don't have to worry about having wear and tear on this as easily as one of the $5.99 cable as I was just talking about, or the $14.99 cable I was just talking about, because they're literally built the same when it comes to those two cables versus the Elgato Pro cable, which is all nylon. The other thing is this cable, the Elgato Pro cable, is at a 7.5 foot span, which is a little bit bigger than the 6.5 foot you get with the OG one. The biggest and the most important thing for this is the ground loop isolator that is located on the ChatLink Pro cable. So let's talk about that, because this is what the biggest difference to this cable is and why it costs $10 more. So what does a ground isolator do? Well, simply put, if you have power running into your ChatLink cable, you get a nasty buzz like this. It's horrible, it sucks, I hate it. People that watch me hate it when I stream, because you know I have millions and millions of watchers, of course. Tim the Tap Man has nothing on me. But simply put, it just takes out that sound and keeps it where you don't have a buzzing or any kind of feedback or anything. If you're on the Nintendo Switch, this is very important for you, because from my understanding, when you plug in a chat link cable, when it's docked, you're gonna get this buzz. But with the Elgato Pro cable, you will not get this buzz, because you can actually just hook up the chat link Pro cable directly to the Nintendo Switch while it's docked, not to your controller or anything like that. So it just makes it easier and you don't have to worry about it. This thing does have an on and off switch on it, so you don't always have to run with it. So simply put, you only want to run with it when you're running a wired controller, or you're running with a Nintendo Switch, of course, or you're charging your wireless controller. A lot of people think that you're only going to buy this because you have a wired controller. No, you might game for hours at a time and you have one or two controllers or whatever, and you just want to plug up the controller you like to use to keep it charging while you're playing, then this thing is a must-have. Now, with that being said, there are other ways around it to where you don't have to actually buy this cable to have the ground loop connected to your chat link cable. You can buy the original one, the $5.99, $4.99 one I was just talking about on Amazon, and actually buy a ground isolator off Amazon as well, have it hooked up into your capture card as well. So if you were to go on Amazon and buy the original cable and buy the isolator by itself, these things do vary from $7.99 to $11.99 to $10.99. I will post a couple in the link description below. Now, with the buying an original, say you go and buy the OG with a $7.99 loop cable. So if you go out and buy the OG cable and a ground isolation, or isolator, excuse me, a ground loop by itself, you're gonna have roughly like 13 bucks in it on the cheap side and 15 to 16 on the expensive side if you don't buy the Pro cable, which is $20. Let me sway you on why you would just go ahead and buy that if you're eventually gonna buy a ground isolator anyways. Well, the first thing first is, of course, the nylon cable, of course, right? And this to build and being a longer cable and stuff, I'd rather future-proof myself with a few extra dollars, even if it's 10 extra dollars, to not have to worry about this in the future. Plus, when you have extra cables hooking up everywhere, eventually those things are going to go bad and you're going to get buzzing and stuff anyways. Actually happened with my original OG with the ground isolator I bought. Does this now. If I turn it or something, or just touch it a little bit, it makes a buzzing, so it's pretty much bad. I don't want it. I went out and bought this, and well, I'm reviewing it for you guys. So before you ask, yes, it's different than the Pro cable with hooking everything up. The Pro cable is actually built into it, so it's as one cable going all the way around. around, going all the way through and stuff. That's why it's better to also buy the Pro Elgato chat link cable over the OG and a ground loop on your own, because everything's built in. You don't have to worry about anything messing up or going bad later on. All right guys, so what chat link cable do you think is better to buy? I'm not gonna tell you. For me personally, of course, I'm gonna pick the Pro each and every single time. Let me know in the comments below what cable you would choose. And if you haven't seen my video on how the console stream, it's a simple setup. I go step by step. Make sure you check that out. I'll post it right here so you don't miss it. Y'all still here? What the? Hey guys, y'all thought I forgot, didn't y'all? Y'all did. I know it. Y'all probably all pissed off and stuff that I wasn't gonna thank y'all for the 500 subs we did hit before New Year's of last year, which was my goal. This year, my goal was 1,000. But to say thank you, I've already mentioned the community tab once. I'm gonna mention it here one more time so you guys don't think I forgot about y'all. I totally got sick and everything with the COVID and all that good stuff. It's like everybody is right now. Be safe out there, by the way, if you are catching it. I'm giving away a $50 Amazon card for free. All you gotta do is be subbed to the channel. I'm gonna announce it in the community tab coming up next week sometime, so make sure you sub. I'm not trying to like win y'all subs or anything like that. No, totally I am. Freaking sub to the channel!